Goshan! What's up, people to ISC and elsewhere? This is Undefeatable Twilight. I'm on time this time. Haha. No lateness or rule bending here. Well, it's not rule bending, it's my rule, I made it. But no, it's before midnight, so it's Wednesday by anyone's definition. And we are reading. Here we go. Chapter 7 of Life, the Universe and Everything. The bistromathic drive is a wonderful new method of crossing vast interstellar distances without all that dangerous mucking about with improbability factors. Bistromathics itself is simply a revolutionary new way of understanding the behaviour of numbers. Just as Einstein observed that time was not an absolute but depended on the observer's movement in space, and that space was not an absolute but depended on the observer's movement in time, so it is now realised that numbers are not absolute but depend on the observer's movement in restaurants. The first non-absolute number is the number of people for whom the table is reserved. This will vary during the course of the first 3 telephone calls to the restaurant, and then bear no apparent relation to the number of people who actually turn up, or to the number of people who subsequently join them after the show, match, party, gig, or to the number of people who leave when they see who else has turned up. The second non-absolute number is the given time of arrival, which is now known to be one of those most bizarre of mathematical concepts, reciprocal exclusion. This is a made-up word, so I have no idea how it's actually supposed to be pronounced. Reciprocal exclusion, a number whose existence can only be defined as being anything other than itself. In other words, the given time of arrival is the one moment of time at which it is impossible that any member of the party will arrive. Reciprocal exclusions now play a vital part in many branches of maths, including statistics and accountancy, and also form the basic equations used to engineer the somebody else's problem field. The third and most mysterious piece of non-absoluteness of all lies in the relationship between the number of items on the bill, the cost of each item, the number of people at the table, and what they are each prepared to pay for. The number of people who have actually brought any money is only a sub-phenomenon in this field. The baffling discrepancies which used to occur at this point remained uninvestigated for centuries, simply because no one took them seriously. They were at the time put down to such things as politeness, rudeness, meanness, flashness, tiredness, emotionality, or the lateness of the hour, and completely forgotten about on the following morning. They were never tested under laboratory conditions, of course, because they never occurred in laboratories, not in reputable laboratories at least. And so it was only with the advent of pocket computers that the startling truth became finally apparent, and it was this. Numbers written on restaurant bills within the confines of restaurants do not follow the same mathematical laws as numbers written on any other pieces of paper in any other parts of the universe. This single fact took the scientific world by storm. It completely revolutionized it. So many mathematical conferences got held in such good restaurants that many of the finest minds of a generation died of obesity and heart failure, and the science of maths was put back by years. Slowly, however, the implications of the idea began to be understood. To begin with, it had been too stark, too crazy, too much what the man in the street would have said, "Oh yes, I could have told you that about." Then some phrases like interactive subjectivity frameworks were invented, and everybody was able to relax and get on with it. The small groups of monks who were taken up hanging around the major research institutes singing strange chants to the effect that the universe was only a figment of its own imagination were eventually given a street theatre grant and went away. And that is it. It's kind of funny that when you think about the fact that this was originally a Doctor Who screenplay before it got rejected and turned into a Hitchhiker's Guide, it kind of makes sense though, because if you look at it, how it's written, it does really feel like a Doctor Who story, but just with bits swapped around. Like, you can imagine, like, Slarty Bartfast is the Doctor, the Italian Bistro is his TARDIS, and the cricket men are either, well, they were going to be cricket men. That's what they were actually going to be in the story. But it does have more of kind of a action, the science fiction story to it, because it's the first story where there's actually been a immediate legitimate danger, which is the cricket men. I mean, the previous 2 stories, yes, stuff happened, but the characters weren't really in any immediate danger of dying, apart from the missile attack on the Heart of Gold in the first book, and maybe Zaphod once or twice in the second. But now we've got these like robot invaders, and it does sound like something that could come out of a Doctor Who story. So it's kind of obvious in retrospect, and if you know that it was originally going to be a Doctor Who 4-parter. It's kind of funny to realise that, at least it was for me. But that's about it. So short chapter as always. But thank you for watching. Remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And if you are subscribed, be sure to ding that notification bell so you know when I make a new video and get my signing off phrase right, because I can do it at any time for any reason. Thanks for watching, and guys, take care of yourselves and each other. See you next time. Love and peace.